We start the second quarter in Tiger Town, Alabama. LSU scoreless. Craig Bolerjack back along with Eddie Cunningham. Ed, we know both these teams have quick strike offenses, but so far it's been a defensive battle.
We didn't expect that at all coming into the game. LSU has moved the ball. They had 106 yards of total offense in that first quarter, but they got a goose egg up on the scoreboard.
Tyler, play action to the sideline. Booty wrestled down at the 47-yard line. Well, we talked about that great defensive stance by Notre Dame against Boston College. Here's Tim Brando back in New York with an update.
Guys, consider this. Deke Cooper will make the tackle of Mike Cloud, and the Irish will prevail in this game, preserving a 7-1 record, a possible Rose Bowl berth. That could have been an $11 million play made by Deke Cooper in the BCS.
Leave it to Tim Brando to do the economic impacts of a goal line stand.
I can see Timmy right now with the calculator. Carry the 2. That's $11 million. First down from the 46. Up the middle. That's Rondell Mealy, who backs up ball. Kind of the unknown tailback at LSU.
He wasn't unknown last year, though, against Notre Dame in the Independence Bowl. Mealy was the MVP, rushed for 222 yards. McClure, great job on Carroll, the middle linebacker. But let me tell you something, when holes are that big, you're going to have a lot of success. Little stunt run in the middle there by Alabama. Good job by the center, Todd McClure, getting up on the linebacker.
11-yard gain for Mealy, 6-footer, a junior. Tyler, play action. Oh, great catch. Reaching up in the sky was Foster. Down to the 26.
Let's take a look at the Sun America virtual playbook. One thing that Alabama is going to try to do is get LSU out of their two-back game plan. If they're able to do that, watch for LSU to go to the one-back and still run the option. They'll pull 2 offensive linemen to block linebackers. Now the quarterback, Herb Tyler, will option off the free safety. Very tough to defend because your defensive end is blocked by the tight end. That's usually who forces the pitch.
Another first down for LSU. Impressive drive by the Tigers early here in the second quarter. Handoff taken down as Mealy. Reggie Grimes made the stop, the left end for Alabama.
You know, it's amazing in this series, as tough a place as it is to play, Tiger Stadium, Alabama has not lost a game here since 1969. It's amazing when you think of the players that are on the field. None of these players were alive in 1969, and LSU 0-13-1 since then. It's an amazing streak of games. Mike DeBose, tell you how long that series is. Mike DeBose, when he was a player at Alabama, never lost a game here.
Slant, a little overthrown. Looking for Booty. It's amazing, Ed. I can't think of too many situations in college football where the visitor has the advantage of home, and then you go back to the opponent's home field and you take command.
Yeah, and the amazing part is, this is a tough place to play. Voted by a lot of people the most difficult place to play in America. But you know what? It's not real easy to go win at Alabama either. So both of these teams, it's a little different. When we talked to Fernando Bryant yesterday, the senior cornerback from Alabama, he's like, you know what? For us, it's turned into almost like playing at a home game. We like playing here so much.
Tyler from the shotgun, 3 wideouts. Good protection, fires inside, little collision, no flag. Booty was hooked up with Fernando Bryant, and of course, this hometown crowd letting out the boos.
Tyler's pass.
Both players kind of got tangled up. They were tangled up there. The left hand of Fernando Bryant had a hold of the jersey of Booty, and that's usually what the official will look for. I believe Bryant got away with one there, Craig.
Chauvin will try a 42-yard field goal. He missed from 40 yards. His first kick hit the upright. This one hit the crossbar.
He likes steel, I guess. Got to hit something when he kicks it.
Hey, how many games could you do where a kicker hits the upright and then the crossbar? Scoreless in Death Valley. Chauvin 0 for 2.
LSU Tiger bottled water. Now available at Tiger Stadium on campus.
Alabama, LSU, and a battle here in Death Valley. 12:33 to go. Scoreless in Baton Rouge.
Kind of a pitcher's duel. You would not expect that. We expected to see an offensive show today, but has not happened so far. LSU 148 yards of offense and nothing to show.
Bama back on offense, and the handoff off the left side goes to Sean Alexander. And that is time for our Aflac trivia question of the day. When Hall of Fame wide receiver Don Hutson played at Alabama, who was known as the other end?
I'll give a hint. He's also in the College Football Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Even though he was known as the other end.
Stay tuned for the answer. Quincy Jackson and Michael Vaughn, the two wide receivers, set to the near side. Second down, 6, Alabama. Alexander stopped in the backfield and then breaks a tackle. Oh, he was stopped for a 2-yard loss and then fights his way up to the 33-yard line.
Joe Wesley, the inside linebacker, has been very active so far today, running around. He's the guy that they like to protect and let him run around and make some plays. But Alexander, nice job fighting through everybody to get a couple of yards because Wesley had him dead to rights in the backfield. Trying to run just a simple dive play. Wesley is unblocked. The offensive line has got to pick him up. And Wesley's got to make that play. When you've got a lost yardage play, you got to wrap it up.
Alexander the Great tries the left side. First down, Alabama at the 38. Tackled down by LeBlanc.
You know, Alexander, the way he got that Alexander the Great, actually that nickname was given to him for a night here 2 years ago at Tiger Stadium. He was a third-string redshirt freshman running back, ripped off 291 yards, still the school record at Alabama. And when we talked to him, he said, well, I was so afraid as a third stringer, as a freshman, that after every carry I was coming off, so I figured I better make the most of each one. Had a 72-yard and a 73-yard touchdown in that game.
Alexander, a couple close to the first down. Back to the original line of scrimmage. So let's take you back, Eddie. Alabama, LSU, November 8th, the year 1996. And here's one of those big runs, ripping it down the sideline. He averaged nearly 15 yards a carry that night. 4 touchdowns, a magical night for Sean Alexander.
Some of his biggest days, and the biggest, was right here at LSU. He's had a couple of big games so far this year, but really, that game, I asked him, I said, what happened? You haven't done anything since? And he started laughing. Of course, he has done a lot since.
High steps over the pile to the 41-yard line. A pickup at 2.
But being around town all week, that was what all the fans here in Baton Rouge were afraid of, is that this guy was going to come in and throw up another big game. The question mark at LSU this year has been the defense, giving up nearly 400 yards of offense a game. It's been the big question for LSU, and so everyone around town was wondering, would they be able to stop him?
You know, the 5 wins, Ed, that Bama has won, Alexander has run for nearly 135 yards. In the 3 losses, he's been held to only 79. 3 wide receivers. Zal, slant, connects. That's Michael Vaughn. Tackled by Roman.
When you blitz a quarterback, it's not necessarily to get a sack or knock him down. It's to make him throw the ball quicker than he wants. The slant ball had to be thrown to Vaughn because of the blitz by LSU. It was not enough for a first down. An excellent call by defensive coordinator Lou Tepper of LSU.
Pope is back in to kick for Alabama after the Tide fall 2 yards short of the first down. You see his average on the day, 51 yards, the longest of 56. Another good high hanger. Foster. Not much, and pushed back to the 14-yard line. Pope getting the job done with his foot. 43-yard kick and a 3-yard return. CBS Sports coverage of NASDAQ Amex College Football will continue after this message and a word from your local station. Back in Death Valley, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I tell you, Alabama fans, they're well represented today. The red tide of some 10,000 on hand today, making the trip.
Alabama always travels well, and of course now they're being treated to a lot better football. Mike DeBose has his program turned around.
1st and 10, LSU. Tyler over the middle, caught by Kipps. The freshman tight end, number 85 out of Lafayette.
LSU has had some great tight ends in the past. Here's Kipps just going to come out into the middle of the field. It's one thing to do that. It keeps the linebackers honest. You could see number 4, Steve Stanley, the inside linebacker, just blew the coverage, didn't run with Kipps at all. And that's one way that you can keep those guys honest in that defensive backfield, is get that tight end through the middle of the field.
And then we talked about the tight end around the country. The tight end, maybe the most underutilized player on the field. Booty underneath, up to the 42-yard line, close to the first down. Tony Dixon, the strong safety, made the tackle.
Very close to a first down. Booty having himself a very nice game.
Looks to be about a half a yard shy. They may have to bring the chains out. Oh, they're going to say first down. All right, our Aflac trivia question. When Hall of Fame wide receiver Don Hutson played at Alabama, who was known as the other end? The other end.
I think it was the Bear, wasn't it? I cheated.
Paul Bear Bryant.
And I gave you the hint of the College Hall of Fame. Obviously, Coach Bryant made it as a coach, but a good player, was second-team All-SEC as a wide receiver.
Oh, big hole right up the gut. Falk rips the one up to the 45-yard line. Teamed up to bring him down with Spencer and Dixon.
Don Hutson went on to fame, obviously, in the NFL. He's in the NFL's Hall of Fame, and Bear Bryant became the winningest coach in college football. They were on the same team at Alabama, but it's amazing he was called the other end. Like I said, he didn't make it to the Hall of Fame, College Hall of Fame as a player, but he was a good player for Alabama.
I'll tell you one thing. The Bear was not known as the other coach.
Pretty safe to say.
First downs, LSU having their way. 11 first downs in this half, only 2 for Alabama. Again, Booty on the catch. Another first down at the 32-yard line. Fernando Bryant made the tackle. And right now, Ed, you see Herb Tyler just picking apart what Bama gives him, and he's just going to Booty on the slant.
Well, and you start to see that Tyler is starting to get a little rhythm here. Just a little simple slant pattern inside to Booty. Good release on the press coverage by Booty. Gets inside position on Bryant. Bryant has good coverage, but when you get that inside release, use those hands a little bit, gives a good spot for the quarterback. But Tyler starting to settle down a little bit.
Booty 4 receptions for 51 yards. Tyler over the middle. Again, tight end, Kyle Kipps. Well, Kipps won't know what to do. After this game, he only had 9 catches through the first 8 games of the season, and today a couple of quick ones on this series.
Well, it's obvious that Alabama's having a tough time in the middle of the field. Travis Carroll comes on the blitz, and that just voids the middle of the field. Number 99, Darius Gilbert, has to come over. But when we talked to Herb Tyler, we noticed his fingernails. He's got really long fingernails, and he said, I can actually hear them click when I throw the ball. Look how long they are on the left hand. Now, you notice a few of them broke off on that right hand. He broke 3 nails last week against Southern Miss. It was a tough week for his fingernails.
On the other side of that story, how about his 4 center, Tom McClure? He's been ripped up all year. Finally had to put some armbands, some arm guards on his wrists. Tackled down his Falk to the 24. Good read by the free safety, Marcus Spencer. You hear the click of the ball. Isn't that amazing? First time we've talked to a kid, yeah, I know when I throw the ball sweet when I hear the nails click.
Yeah, and I said when you don't hear them click, you turn and start running to cover on an interception. He said, no, usually my receivers make the play, but we brought it up to Jerry DiNardo, and he said, you know what I categorize those fingernails under? Coaching in the 90s.
By the way, he had a manicure. He told us on Thursday
night. About every 2 weeks. Yeah, you got to keep them clean.
Oh, yeah, it is the 90s, isn't it? Clock running, coming up on the 5-minute mark of the first half. Off the left side. Falk, big hole, but it closed in a hurry. The Tide stack him up at the 22, led by Jamie Carter, the left end. Good look at Jerry DiNardo.
Taking a lot of heat around town is DiNardo. He opened up a restaurant here this year, has done a bunch of commercials. A lot of people in town saying, Another first down for LSU. They've been moving. They haven't had trouble moving it. They just had trouble scoring. But DiNardo took some heat for the restaurant and the commercials. Everyone out of town saying, "Oh, he's not coaching." And he said, "You know what? I'm not the chef at my restaurant." And we filmed those commercials during my summer break. It's not like they're shown live. I'm still in the office as much as I've ever been.
He said he's in the kitchen. He has not left the football office. In fact, he's in there more now than ever. Falk, oh, how about those hips? Swung him to the right, swung him to the left, down to the 17-yard line. Let's go to New York City and update with Tennessee and Timmy Brando. Tim.
Philip Fulmer said earlier this week, with the BCS formula, you got to run it up. Well, Travis Henry begins the run up against UAB. An 18-yard run in. Volunteers up 10. They were a 43-point favorite.
You know, it's a shame that if that's what the BCS formula is going to make happen in college football, it's a shame that Dennis Happy people have to run it up.
Falk up the middle and barrels his way inside the 5 to the 2-yard line. Dixon saved the touchdown.
This offensive line for LSU is really getting it done. Watch the hole that develops on the right side of the offensive line. Just zone blocking. That was the right tackle, number 68. Brandon Winey did a great job on Travis Carroll. Got up under his pads. A huge hole for Falk to run through.
80,000 strong. 11 carries, 55 yards for Falk. First and goal. Falk up in that pile. Touchdown. LSU. Career touchdowns, and he ties Dalton Hilliard, the great running back for LSU, for first in LSU history.
One of the few records that Kevin Falk did not have. His name's now up there, tied for first with Dalton.
Danny Boyd, the kick is no good. Oh, the kicks have been tough today. LSU leading Bama by 6, 3:30 remaining in the half. Falk from 2 yards out. .330 remaining in the first half as you look at Falk with his 10th rushing touchdown.
And we have a third kick hit and upright in this game. It's cost LSU 7 points so far in this game. That's unbelievable. And that time, of course, it had to be Danny Boyd. Danny Boyd, 1 for 3 in field goals and 22 of 29 on PATs. They've really struggled, but you had to figure it was Danny Boyd who hit the pipe again because, oh, Danny Boyd, the pipes, they're calling.
Oh, you missed your talent, Eddie.
I don't think so.
Richard takes a knee, 9 yards deep.
That time Boyd able to knock it deep so that Alabama could not get a return.
Impressive drive by LSU. 86 yards, 10 plays, chewed 5:14 off the clock. And Falk goes in for his 10th touchdown of the season. We'll take a break. 3:23 left here in the first half. LSU by 6. Welcome back to Baton Rouge. Hometown LSU Tigers up by 6 against Alabama. And the Crimson Tide back on offense. Michael Vaughn, the motion man. Zhao gets away from pressure and then throws it away. Well, Larry Foster, as we went to break, had to head to the LSU locker room, and for an injury update, let's check in with Doc.
You know what happened on the play to Larry Foster, starting flanker for LSU? He sprained his ankle on that kick return a little earlier. They're taking him into the locker room. They're going to ice it, and they hope he'll return. One other point, and Ed, you mentioned it, from the sidelines here, LSU defensive coaches said, hey, you know what we have to do on Zhao? Pressure. We get pressure on the young quarterback. He won't perform on offense. That's what they've been doing.
And that play before, Jarvis Green, the true freshman, got in Zhao's face and made him throw it away. That's one way to rattle a young quarterback.
They put 8 men in the box. Showing blitz, they back off. Zhao shotgun, pressure, throws it out to the flat, incomplete. It was Marvin Brown, the fullback, and the pressure came from Johnny Mitchell, number 95.
You always hear the term pressure sack. This is a pressure incompletion. Pressure coming from the backside. Zhao just has to try to get rid of it. There is nothing open down the field. The coverage has been excellent. LSU faking a blitz. They're only bringing 3 from the outside. They were trying to set up a screen, and it was not there. And Zhao's been struggling. He's only 3 of 10 for 35 yards, but it's the pressure from LSU's front that's really slowing him down.
A good look at Mitchell. Had a hot start with 3 sacks in the first 3 games. No sacks in the last 5. Out to Alexander and tossed out of bounds at the 23. Rayon Hill, the strong safety, made the stop, and that's going to bring up a punting situation for Alabama.
There's one of the changes that Lou Tepper talked about, that Rayon Hill would go in as a linebacker in passing situations. Rayon is a strong safety, obviously can probably run a little better than some linebackers, makes the change, and it pays off.
Well, Pope has been busy for Alabama. Back to punt, once again inside his own 10-yard line.
Robinson and Falk are deep.
Falk and Reggie Robinson back deep for LSU. Out of bounds, and let's see where they mark it. 36-yard line. Well, Eddie, big day on CBS tomorrow. NFL doubleheader. We'll throw at you Indianapolis and Miami, Dan Marino, Oakland, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Jacksonville. The late game, how about Flutie? And the Jets, San Diego, Denver, Kansas City, and Seattle. And it all begins with the NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines. Jimmy Nance, Bonnie Bernstein, Marcus, Brent, and the coach tomorrow, high noon, here on CBS.
How about Doug Flutie? How about Vinny Testaverde in New York?
Herb Tyler connects inside the 50 to the 47-yard line. For a college football update, let's take you back to New York City and Tim Brando.
Fellas, conventional wisdom has Bill Oliver removing interim only if he wins out. After Auburn had converted on a 4th and 10, this 58-yard strike to Karsten Bailey gives them their first lead against Central Florida. Dante Culpepper has a fumble and 4 INTs.
Dante Culpepper having a tough day down there, but Auburn just needs to get anything positive going towards the end of the season.
Herb Tyler rolls out and fires. Booty, the intended receiver. Crowd wants a flag, and it stays in the back pocket of the side judge. Coverage provided by Bryant, the left corner.
Bryant, second team All-SEC in 96 and 97. Very, very good coverage. There is no flag there. If that left arm's not changing the direction of the receiver, they won't call it. Good physical coverage by Fernando Bryant downfield. Got away with one earlier on Booty, but that time was clean as could be, and just very, very good coverage.
Second down 10, LSU. Tommy Banks checks in at the fullback spot, shotgun with 3 wide receivers. Little draw play. Picking up a couple up to the 45-yard line is Kevin Falk. Coming up on the College Football Today AXA and Equitable Halftime Report. Join Timmy Brando, Craig James, and the coach, Lou Holtz. We'll get you caught up on all the scores and highlights on yet another big day of college football around the country.
Well, Lou Holtz's heart had to pound a little bit with the finish of that Notre Dame game. Tries to be as impartial as he is, but when you spend that long at an institution and have that much success, you still have the feelings for it. What a great day for the Irish.
Well, that defensive stand will make a lot of highlight reels around the country.
And should. That was a great, great job of them. And Brando's point about playing maybe for the Rose Bowl, that was exactly right for Notre Dame.
Movement up front. Bama jumps, but it looked like maybe LSU tried to come off the ball quick.
There was a hiccup in the middle of that offensive line for LSU.
It was an illegal procedure, a snap infraction on the home team, the 5-yard penalty. We picked it down.
I always used to say as a center that you can't be called for offside, but you can't get that little hitch before you snap the ball. McClure just kind of jerked the ball a little bit before the snap, and that's why they call the illegal snap.
You know, it's amazing, though. Centers, they know the snap. They control it. It's always amazing when they trigger the offside.
Yeah, it's going to happen once a game, though. It's a long game.
Tyler in the pocket throw. That ball was tipped at the line, but still caught and pulled down. Ed Dangerfield, a redshirt freshman, Morgan City, Louisiana.
Alabama very wisely killing the clock on 4th down for LSU. They've got 3 timeouts. They use one of them to save some time for their offense. A nice move by Mike DeBose.
That was the 7th different LSU receiver that Tyler's hooked up with today. By the way, who's the best player in college football? Well, each week, CBS Sportsline breaks down the top players position by position. And don't forget to cast your vote in the Player of the Week poll at cbs.sportsline.com.
Well, Craig, who would you go as the best in the country so far?
Well, if you say best, you got to think Heisman. How about Ricky down at Texas?
Yeah, it's tough to argue that. But, you know, the one guy that's kind of snuck out and really done a great job, I think, is Joe Germain at Ohio State. You know, he's averaging over 300 yards a game. He's just such a good, solid quarterback for that team.
Overshadowed a bit by Katzenmoyer, the fine linebacker for the Buckeyes. How about Bishop, the quarterback for Kansas State? I think he's going to get some Heisman votes.
I don't think there's any question a guy who's as dangerous as Michael Bishop can play any position really on the field, from receiver to running back. And look at the yards that LSU has put up. But again, they've only put up 6 on the board. Alabama's still in the game, and they've almost been outgained by 200 yards.
Arvin Richard back to receive the punt. Witten boots it up and hangs it. Fair catch. And Richard at the 17-yard line.
Number 26,
35-yard kick and no return.
First down.
So Alabama will get one more shot before halftime. Well, Monday on CBS, the King of Queens is going back to school. In higher education, just got a whole lot lower. Kevin James, Leah Rimini, and Jerry Stiller star in the King of Queens. That's Monday on CBS.
You know, if Jerry Stiller doesn't make you laugh, you got something wrong with you. Now is where you see where a freshman quarterback is. Minute 35 and 2 timeouts.
3 wide receivers. Zhao swings it far sideline and out of bounds. Stops the clock. Little pitch and catch with Michael Vaughn.
But here is where the maturation process of a young quarterback really comes into play. You got under a minute and a half left in the half. Redshirt freshman with 2 timeouts. Not good field position. How does he handle it? How does he move the team, especially on the road away from home?
His numbers 5 of 12, 45 yards. And you mentioned last week against Southern Mississippi, 26 of 35, 361 yards and 3 touchdowns for the freshman. Flags are down. Alexander with a nifty catch, but hold on, whistles, stops the clock with 1:25.
Alexander carried. Jarvis Green.
You get LSU offsides. An Alabama player flinched, but it was after Arnold Miller had jumped into the neutral zone. Should be enough for the first down with a 5-yard penalty. Mike DeBose and his staff need to think.
Offside on the defense.
It looked like Astor Sizemore, the official, didn't like the screeching in his ears, so he shut that off as quick as he could.
I thought maybe that 9-volt battery gave him a shock, you know.
A little wiggle after he called it, but they've got to get some out routes, some things near the sideline to try to save at least 1 timeout for the field goal unit.
Yeah, Bama tries to spread it out offensively, but LSU crashes in, led by Anthony Booger McFarland.
But the one thing you cannot do is take a sack. Andrew Zhao really has no time at all to get this ball off. A good rush up the middle by Anthony McFarland. Miller comes in there late, and so does Johnny Mitchell. But McFarland, such an active player in the middle at that nose guard, that tilt position in that 3-4 defense.
That breaks a 4-game sack drought for McFarland. Alexander tried to turn the corner, took a high hit up around the collar by Thomas Dunson, inside linebacker.
Looks like Alabama, it looks like some of the momentum was taken away on this drive because of that sack. Guys are kind of walking around. You still have time. You've got those timeouts to maybe get a field goal try, and it looks like now they'll be content to run the clock out.
Alexander. Nice move, stops the clock.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds around the 27. Dunson again with the tackle.
Fourth down comes up, and Alabama's got to punt it away. The sack was the key to that drive. Anthony McFarland came up with another big play for LSU's defense.
And again, Daniel Pope trots on the field for Alabama.
And Reggie Robinson.
Daniel Pope was a deep snapper at Western Kentucky, and he said, you know what, I can punt better than these guys. Came to Alabama, and the coaches at Alabama said we would be lost without him. He's had a great day so far.
Gets a kick away, and look at that. Hang time down to the 22. Falk picks up a block at the 20, 25, 30, 35, and couldn't keep his feet. Steps out at the 37. Nifty 50-yard boot and a great 15-yard return.
After Kevin Falk caught the ball, he went back so he could set up the blocks. Look at the patience. Watch him sidestep the sidelines. That's incredible balance. I thought he went out 5 yards before that, but a great job of keeping his feet in bounds. But that's why you really don't want to kick to this guy too many times, because he's got the ability to break it at any second.
Time for one play. LSU up by 6, trying to go to the locker room with that lead, maybe more. 3 wideouts to the far side.
Why not take a shot?
Herb Tyler airs it out. And at the 20, it falls incomplete. A lot of yards for LSU, but only 6 points on the board. And also 3 kicks finding the iron. The upright twice and the crossbar. Let's go downstairs. John Dockery with LSU head coach Jerry DiNardo.
Jerry, kind of a strange first half. You moved the ball on the ground, you moved the ball through the air, but you weren't able to get any points on the board.
Yeah, we're shy 7 points. We should have got the 2 field goals and then the 1 extra point. Defense is playing better, and offense, as you say, is moving the ball. We just got to get some points.
Jerry, I know this is a year of high expectation for you. How important is this game as a crossroads for you?
All they're all important, but right now it seems like we got a heck of a shot in the second half. We just got to play hard.
Good luck, Jerry.
All right, that's the end of the first half. LSU leads 6-0. Timmy Brando, Craig James, Lou Holtz will be along in just a bit with college football today. AXA and Equitable halftime report after this message and a word from your local station.
Leadership, moral character, and courage.